is closed caption for the hearing impaired. Good evening. This is Channel 12 News Tonight with Kent Dana, Patty Kirkpatrick, Bill Austin's weather, and Bill Denny with sports.
Good evening. The committee considering impeachment of the governor heard more potentially damaging testimony tonight, and there's yet another controversy, this one whether the governor will testify before the committee.
Janine LeCure is live at the Capitol with the story. Janine?
Well, the testimony we're talking about came from the man who chaired the governor's inaugural committee. More about that in just a moment. First, a look at another stand-up that popped up just tonight. Governor Mecum has made it clear that he wants to testify before this committee, and he was invited to today to show up Monday at 10 a.m. But instead of accepting, he made a demand. This letter from Evan Mecum was delivered to the committee tonight. In it, he made a request. The governor is asking that since the French report, the report that made the impeachment allegations, was presented to the whole assembled House of Representatives, the governor wants to make his case before the entire House and not just the committee. But Committee Chairman Skelly tonight said no.
I would personally hope he would come forward and give his testimony and answer any questions on Monday before the committee. I know that he has repeatedly asked for this opportunity, and I would hope he would avail himself, and I trust he will avail himself of that opportunity.
Channel 12 contacted the governor, who said only that he will announce later whether he'll appear on Monday. Big witness tonight was Bill Long, the man who headed up the governor's inaugural committee, the man who helped create that protocol fund. It was $80,000 from that fund that the governor loaned to Mecum Pontiac. In the past, Long and others have indicated that money was meant to be private money for the governor to use as he wanted to. Tonight, Long testified he, too, was disturbed by the loan.
Do you think that this loan to Mecum Pontiac was in furtherance of the best interests of the state of Arizona?
No. We all of us in this room understand the issue. The issue is whether these were public or private funds, as far as I'm concerned. And I can tell you absolutely and adamantly that these funds were never intended to be public funds. Not by me, not by the committee, and certainly not by the governor.
And that, I am told, really is the kernel of the whole thing. Was that public money or was it private money? Was what the governor did illegal or just perhaps poor judgment? And can the governor be impeached for bad judgment? Now, these are all issues that the committee is going to have to look at, but one committee member tonight, Kent, Patty, said that they really think this is something a court of law would need to take up.
Janine, the committee did meet for a long time today. Who else testified?
The other witness was Bill Woods, who is the private investigator who's been working for the House, talking mainly about that $350,000 Wolfson loan. Not a lot new there in that testimony today. Now, they will resume tomorrow. They've adjourned for tonight. First witness tomorrow will be Richard Burke, the governor's chief of staff.
Okay, thank you.
And once again, Governor Mecum is scheduled to testify before the House Select Committee Monday morning. And if he does appear, you'll be able to watch the proceedings live on Channel 12 beginning at 10 o'clock.
Another call from a Phoenix newspaper for the governor to resign today. In an editorial headlined, "It is time," the Phoenix Gazette once again asked for Mecum to step down from the governor's office. It reads, quote, "It is time to end the agony in Arizona. It's time for courage and sacrifice and wisdom. Evan Mecum, the moment to resign has truly come."
In other news, a panel of top experts met again tonight to discuss the study of the Maryvale cancer cluster. And tonight, the panel heard from the residents themselves, and as Dave Marquis tells us, it was filled with anger and confrontation. Dave?
That's right. 4 years ago, the original study showed childhood leukemia deaths in Maryvale to be twice the expected number. Well, there have been months of controversy over how the Department of Health Services has handled the case. Now an expert panel has passed judgment over how the department is set to study the problem. But many residents and environmentalists don't even trust the institutions that are supposed to protect them, and they are as unhappy as ever.
He has leukemia.
I think that human life, and based on what you were quoted as saying tonight, is expendable in the United States of America now for big business.
Maryvale resident Mary Baker.
And you can get on that freeway any day with inversion and see where the muck's settled. Now you put all that together in a child-sensitive system, and there's going to be toxic overload, and that's what we've got.
The panel heard from environmentalist Pam Swift.
They know that you guys don't live here, and you don't know what phony agencies they are. They have every excuse in the book for not doing their job.
The DHS proposal will coordinate the investigation of the environment, provide health studies countywide, including an incidence study of new cancer cases, a mortality study, the history of death from several diseases, and a detailed study of birth defects. Experts say it's a solid effort.
I think we're actually going to get something terribly useful, and it's going to help us in all our future work.
After months of controversy, health officials are trying to regain public trust.
I think that when the results are out, the majority will feel, I believe they will feel, that we've answered the questions. We can't say what the results will be. That's why we did the studies.
Now, many residents were angry that the meeting was held at a downtown hotel instead of the Maryvale neighborhoods where they live. And in spite of experts' claims, they still worry that industrial pollution is a big part of the problem.
Dave, are there certain polluters that the residents single out as being to blame?
Yeah, a West Side tank farm, in fact, is one source that's being blamed for benzene pollution, even though national studies show over and over again that about 90% of most urban benzene pollution is, in fact, from automobiles.
All right. Thank you, Dave.
A major new study indicates an aspirin every other day helps prevent heart attacks. Phoenix obstetrician Raymond Jeanette is one of 22,000 doctors nationwide who's been taking pills for the past 5 years, half of them receiving aspirin, the other half sugar pills. Among those on sugar pills, 189 suffered heart attacks. Those taking aspirin suffered 47% fewer heart attacks. While the aspirin cover implications are clear, doctors don't urge everybody to start taking aspirin every other day because it has side effects that can be serious for some people. You should check with a doctor first.
A new AIDS virus has turned up in a patient here in the United States. The second AIDS virus was discovered 2.5 years ago in West Africa and Europe, and now has been diagnosed in a patient in Newark, New Jersey. This news comes as the United States gets ready to launch a nationwide information campaign about the deadly disease. Government officials say an AIDS pamphlet will be sent to every household in the country by the end of June.
Still ahead on Channel 12 News tonight, why a proposed new water treatment facility in the West Valley is raising such a stink.
And we'll take a trip to the Wild West to meet tonight's Wednesday's children.
Your eyes control your vision of the world. At ICO, we'll make your vision of the world clear and bright. And right now, buy any pair of glasses, get a pair free from our special selection of fashion frames. At ICO, get a no-appointment eye exam with an experienced optometrist. Plus, you'll get your glasses in less than 1 hour. The buy one, get one free offer is for a limited time only. ICO, Family Eye Care Center.
Everything goes. Your Five Valley Toyota dealers are talking deals on every Toyota car, every Toyota truck and van, and every used vehicle on their lot. Savings begin with extra value option packages. Save up to $690 on selected new Toyotas, even before you make your Everything Goes deal. Savings continue with factory to dealer incentives. Save up to $1,500 on selected new Toyotas, and then start dealing. Don't miss your Everything Goes deal at your Five Valley Toyota dealers. It's on right now, but for a limited time only.
An important message on heart attacks from the makers of BUFFERIN, buffered aspirin.
Just 4 years after winning at Wimbledon, I had a heart attack and bypass surgery. My life had to change. So on my doctor's advice, I follow a regimen that includes a healthy diet, weight control, regular exercise, and taking aspirin.
If you've had a heart attack, only your doctor knows what's best for you, so follow his advice.
I did, and now I'm enjoying life again.
Dad.
The city of Avondale has a fight on its hands to try and build a new sewer plant it desperately needs. Marlene Galan is in our West Valley now with more. Marlene?
Kent, at a public hearing in Avondale tonight, an engineer for the city tried to convince homeowners that the plant they have in mind will not smell and will not be an eyesore. But homeowners didn't buy his presentation.
They can all be designed such that the plant is basically not noticed in the area.
About 150 people crammed into the Avondale City Council chambers to speak out against the proposed sewer plant. Many wore surgical masks to prove a point. They think their idea of a sewer plant stinks.
We are told there will be no offensive odor, which tells me I'm being lied to.
The sewer facility Avondale uses now is almost 40 years old, so they have to build a new one soon. The controversy is what type of plant to build. Homeowners want a sewer plant that will dump clean water into the Agua Fria River. But city engineers are proposing a cheaper plant that would dump effluent into the Gila River for $2 million less.
We wouldn't have a problem with the effluent if they would spend the extra $2 million and put in a plant that we could pump directly into the Agua Fria, a plant that wouldn't stink, a closed-in plant, something that would last for generations to come.
Homeowners are afraid the plant will decrease their property values. The city disagrees. When I talked to the assistant city manager earlier today, he said the plant would make property more valuable. Tonight, homeowners threaten city officials politically and financially.
Attorneys from California, and he says we can file not just once, but every time you cause a lowering of a property value.
It was definitely a heated battle out there and a lengthy one tonight. When we left at 8:30, they were still going strong, so we weren't able to get a comment with a city official. But they did not plan to make any decisions tonight. Consultants still have to present the city council with a written proposal, and at that time, the city council should vote, which should be February 16th. Patty, Kent?
Okay, thank you very much, Marlene.
Well, the Phoenix Open begins tomorrow, but will Mother Nature rain on that parade? Bill Austin's forecast is next.
And what do you get for the 80-year-old woman who has everything? We'll dig up for that answer.
Here's Jerry with a new car.
What'd you pay for it?
About $5,600.
Are you kidding? Does it run on batteries?
What's it made of? Crepe paper?
Does it have a motor? Does it have a motor? Can I kick the tires?
Will the door come off the hinges?
Hey, guess what? It's a Subaru.
Oh, a Subaru.
Subaru.
Only one inexpensive car is built like a Subaru. The Subaru Justy. Inexpensive and built to stay that way.
Such a smart boy. Oh.
It's freezer fever time at Bash's'. One whole week of low prices on your favorite frozen foods. Now through Tuesday, save big on banquet meat pies, 3 for $1. Citrus Hill orange or grapefruit juice, only 89 cents. Armour Dinner Classics, $1.99. Vandecamp's fish sticks or fillets, now $2.99. Catch freezer fever at Bash's' and save. And only Bash's' gives you the extra savings of double coupons and bargain boosters. You've got a friend at Bash's'.
A Honda Accord DX hatchback. You could get it with front-wheel drive, power brakes, a handy rear hatch. Or for over $2,000 less, you could get this Dodge Shadow with those same standard features. And something else they don't even have. Our 770 protection plan. So you see, at your Dodge dealer, it's really simple. We make it affordable.
Valley Dodge, Scottsdale Dodge, Lewis Dodge, Earnhardt's Truck Country, Dodge City, and Bell Dodge.
Bill Austin here now with the official Phoenix Open forecast.
Well, tomorrow morning at tea time, Patty, should be around 50 degrees. No, actually about 50 degrees at tea time. Should be rising into the mid-70s. Winds from the east-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Good night, everybody. No. That's pretty much our forecast for the valley, too. I've already tipped my hand, but I'll stretch it out into a 2 or 3 minute tap dance here. 66 degrees at this hour. Humidity at 21%. Winds from the east at 7. Dew point at 25. And the barometer 30.14 and steady. 78 the afternoon high, way above normal for this time of the year. 61 the morning low. That was a new record warm overnight low. Record warm minimum is the way that works. 53 was the warmest we had been in the morning on this date previously. That last happened in 1987. As far as the air quality goes, well, carbon monoxide is looking better. It's back down in the good range. Particulates, dust and stuff in the moderate range. Ozone is in the good range. Now then, on the map tonight, first off, on the big western satellite photo, the jet stream will be rolling up to the north and then kind of dropping down. It will begin to usher in some cooler air with this storm system you see wrapped out in through parts of the Pacific, and that will be bringing us temperatures, high temperatures, into the mid-range of the 60s by the middle of the week. The clouds you see over Arizona won't be doing a thing No precipitation associated with this. The clouds will continue to waft off tomorrow morning, mostly clear skies, but by tomorrow afternoon, we'll see the remnants of the storm system bring some clouds in. Today around the state, a gorgeous day. 71 degrees up at Carefree, 51 at Flagstaff, 61 on the floor of the canyon, 48 at the South Rim, 68 at Bullhead City, 70 at Yuma, 66 down at Douglas, 77 at Tucson, 63 at Safford, at Globe, 59 at Wickenburg, 75, and down in Buckeye, 74 for the afternoon high. Temperatures around the rest of the country are beginning to rebound nicely and through parts of the Central Plains, anywhere from 20 to 30 degrees warmer than they were yesterday. Still continues cold around the Great Lakes states. Green Bay, Wisconsin, 8 degrees, 16 in Chicago, 20 degrees in Detroit, 21 in Buffalo, 27 in New York City, 70 in Atlanta. That changed, though, as the frontal system blew through there. This morning in Miami, a record low of 42 degrees. Tonight, as far as the temperatures go, below zero. North of this line, below freezing in between the two black lines. That means the freeze area will be running into northern sections of Florida, far southern Florida, above freezing, as we will be above freezing here and through the valley area. The ridge of high pressure will slowly move off to the east. The storm system along the west coast will continue to move in, producing a little bit of rain activity. The cold weather will continue across the eastern United States, ushering in very cold Arctic air, and a little bit of snow activity around the Great Lakes states and also on the lee side of Lake Ontario. They could see an additional 2 to 4 inches of snow tonight. Tonight in the valley, variable clouds, overnight low of 50 degrees. Then for tomorrow, great day for doing whatever you want to do. A few clouds popping up in the afternoon, 76 and 50 the temperatures. Friday and Saturday, variable clouds dropping down to 70 by Saturday afternoon, and a little bit cooler by Monday. Highs on Monday around, well, the lower 60s with overnight lows and through the lower 40s.
It's been abnormally toasty around here.
I like it, though.
I love it. Thank you, Bill.
You're welcome.
Ask almost any young boy what he wants to be when he grows up, and many will say a cowboy. There's something special about spurs and a cowboy hat. Well, today's Wednesday's children were caught up in that magic, the magic of the Old West. It was a cold winter day in Tucson, and John, Omar, Aaron, and I were on the lookout for two of the toughest, meanest gunfighters in the Old West.
Oh, my word! Oh, look at this! A fight! Right here!
Help!
And it didn't take long before these three had gotten into the action themselves.
How about that? Right there. Hey, pretty good there.
Let's go see what's inside here.
Now, can you do it on the bike?
These brothers are outgoing, happy boys who make friends easily. They're very well adjusted for children who have lived in foster care for most of their lives.
Oh, boy, Big Daddy. Oh, boy, milk.
Oh, boy, milk.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, I never was too excited over milk.
Now, it wasn't long before my partners and I got into the real swing of the Old West.
Hey, get out. It's our turn to play.
Yeah, it's our turn to play.
Don't anybody got boards? No.
You get the fish, Aaron.
Aaron, John, and Omar are close, very close. They've come to depend on each other a lot in the past 3 years. They've had to because at times, all they've had is one another. And they want to stay together, but who would ever think of separating this cowboy trio?
I win now.
And if you'd like to find out more about John, Omar, and Aaron, just call 269-6208.
Looks like you had as much fun as they did. Former Phoenix Suns coach John McLeod back in town. He brought his new team with him. Bill Denny has results of the Suns-Mavericks game next on Sports.
There are many car dealers you can choose from. So how can I convince you that 5 Star Ford is the dealership for you? We have a great selection of vehicles, competitive prices, and an excellent service department. But you probably feel like you've heard this before. So to convince you to visit us, we're going to make you an offer that's rather unique. On any new car or truck purchase from 5 Star Ford, we'll give you a money-back guarantee. That's right, I said a money-back guarantee. Come see us today.
Buy with confidence at 5 Star Ford, where our name says it all.
Come, see what's growing in the garden. What's chopping? What's baking? What's popping? What's shaking? What's savory? What's saucy? what's squiggly, what's sweet, what's twirling and whirling, what's wooing and eyeing. The best of Italy is what's growing in the garden. The Olive Garden Italian Restaurant.
Ever notice that a country store has just about everything? It's really a simple but successful idea. Just know what your customers want. Western Savings calls that foresight. Customers also want more for their money, like our Westerner Club, with club room facilities, a quarterly financial magazine, and a free checking account, plus a lot more. Real sarsaparilla. Now that's what I call foresight.
Western Savings, the foresight people.
Another 30 seconds of common sense.
Shop around, and you'll find that the average price of a used car today is almost $6,000. Lots of money for a car you know nothing about from someone you'll probably never see again. Especially when you can buy this brand new Hyundai Excel for just $52.95, or this Ford for just $57.95. Ever think you'd see the day when a new car would become a sensible alternative to a used car? Think about it.
Test drive an Excel at your Greater Phoenix Hyundai dealer.
Bill Denny joins us now with sports, and we don't get down to the really serious business of the Phoenix Open till tomorrow.
That's right.
Lots of fun today.
Silver Pro-Am is a great time for the spectator to enjoy all the stars and the great golfers, and they're all relaxed, having a good time. In fact, spectators, I think, Patty and Kent, got a little of everything today in the Silver Pro-Am. Arizona Cardinal quarterback Neil Lomax gave the fans a little preview of the upcoming NFL season. I'm not sure he had a lot of confidence in his receiver, the Phoenix Suns gorilla. But once he got his feet in Lomax, a little protection, he should be so lucky in the NFL to have this much time to throw. He did complete his first pass in Arizona. I'm not sure how you'd score it, but even the fans got a kick out of it. Of course, one of the favorites every year is Bob Hope. He delivered a couple of quick lines to the gallery. What a big boost Bob is to local fans for the Phoenix Open. Also in the Celebrity Pro-Am was Glenn Campbell, and I'll tell you what, he can play the game. He was joined by B.J. Thomas and Don Sutton as this year's celebs. Of course, when the bell rings tomorrow, Paul Azinger, last year's winner, the #2 money winner on the tour, tees it up, hoping to repeat. But he knows duplicating last year is going to be tough.
Well, I'm trying not to let everybody else's expectations of me put any extra pressure on me. It's not that easy to do, though. And I'll tell you, I've been asked 1,000,000 times if I can do what I did in 1987, you know. So, and I'm sure I'll get asked 1,000,000 more times before the year's out. But, you know, all I can do is do what I did last year. And it sounds boring, but really I just tried to be disciplined enough to play one shot at a time, and I'm going to try to do that again.
By the way, today's Pro-Am team winner was Tommy Weiskopf's team at 20 under par. Scott Simpson and Chip Beck's teams tied for second. At 17 under, Pep Cooney tied for 2 under, second place. It was the last visit of the year to the Valley of the Sun for John McLeod and his Dallas Mavericks. McLeod leaves town now 3-0 against his former team, the Phoenix Suns. Dallas crushed Phoenix by 19. So McLeod has beaten Phoenix for the third time this year, 2 straight in Phoenix. The Mavs led virtually all night. Derek Harper hits Mark Aguirre underneath for 2. Aguirre wound up with 28 points. Now, to show you what kind of a night it was, Humphries will get the rebound here, loses his footing, tries to outlet the ball. Harper steals it, gives to James Donaldson for the slam, and it was all over. Humphries did set some goals, had 16 assists, but the Suns lose the 6th straight.
I think we were fortunate to hang on to the lead. Brad hit some real big three-pointers for us, and after that, we just rallied as a team. We stayed together. We made the plays when we had to win the game.
Elsewhere around the NBA tonight, Chicago Bulls broke a 9-game losing streak on the road, beating Philadelphia. Michael Jordan, 37. Larry Bird hit for 49 as Boston beat Washington. Detroit overhauled the Indiana Pacers. Cleveland, meanwhile, beat San Antonio. Portland and Golden State, it was not quite completed yet with Portland on top. Arizona State's basketball team had a great start, then took its lumps. But tomorrow night, facing Arizona, may be the highlight of the year if the Devils can beat the #1 ranked Cats down in Tucson. It's a question mark now, but the Devils aren't ready to close up shop and hand it to Arizona.
They're the #1 team in the nation, and if we go down and beat them, you know, stranger things have happened in this rivalry, too. So, you know, give it a shot.
And to beat U of A is just something, I mean, can't even describe it, really. You got to go down there and just got to play, I mean, a real good ball game.
Let's take a look. We have our drawing coming up for our Super Bowl giveaway, and each night we'll draw a person who will be a finalist in that Super Bowl giveaway, and Brenda's going to do it again. You made somebody happy at 6 o'clock, so let's hope you can do it again at 10 o'clock. And this is a finalist. It is Mary Pyle of Phoenix. So, Mary, your card goes in the pile, and tomorrow night at 10 o'clock we draw the winner, and it should be interesting to see who gets those 2 Super Bowl tickets, plus, of course, the 3-night stay in San Diego. What a
great weekend.
Prize.
Really, should
Thanks,
be.
Bill.
Coming up, a 70-year-old woman and a 32-ton backhoe.
Hello, I'm Dan Grubb for Lou Grubb Chevrolet. We don't hold a sale very often at our place. Our everyday prices sell more Chevys than anyone else in the state. But right now, we're having a special sale for a special reason. You. And everything in stock is on sale. Stop by and see why when we say sale, we mean it at Lou Grubb Chevrolet.
Our special sale is also going on at Lou Grubb Hyundai, Lou Grubb Suzuki, Lou Grubb Mitsubishi, and Lou Grubb Sterling.
I'm here to talk about something I normally wouldn't. Dog food. Hey, do you mind? Specifically new Grand Gourmet. Grand Gourmet is dog food that looks like people food. See for yourself. No, not you. Beefy strips, savory sauce. You know, I'll tell you, this looks a lot better than what I had for dinner last night. Go ahead, don't be bashful. You want a beverage?
New Grand Gourmet. People food for dogs.
Hey, what do you say we go bowling after this?
Come on, let me show you where it's at. Come on, let me show you where it's at. Come on, let me show you where it's at. Coco's is the place, and I like it like that.
Come on to Coco's for a teriyaki shrimp dinner with a juicy steak or breast of chicken, plus fresh vegetables, salad, and baked potato. For a limited time for just $7.95.
Coco's is the place, and I like it like that. Come on.
Celebrate quality and value with the GMC S15 pickup truck. This S15 pickup is equipped with power steering and brakes, rally wheels, AM/FM stereo cassette, and more. A value package that can save you up to $1,900. And now get $500 cash back for a total savings of up to $2,400. That's the celebration cash-in. Celebrate quality and value with a GMC truck. It's not just a truck anymore.
Finally tonight, what kind of birthday present do you get for a 70-year-old woman who has everything? Well, construction equipment, of course. At least that's all Debbie Johnson could think of to get her mother, Lee. Seems Debbie had already given the 70-year-old volunteer scuba and skydiving lessons, so she arranged for her mother to be able to operate a 32-ton excavator, which from the pictures you can see she was really digging. I didn't write that.
Spirit.
Yeah.
That's the news. We'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.
Here's